If you, like me, have Cosmic Beauty as one of your absolute favorite brands, this is your lucky day because they are coming out with a new palette and it is called The Lovers. And this is almost like a little tarot card. It looks really, really beautiful. And the color story that you're seeing on the palette, it's also the color story that is inside the palette. Such a absolutely stunning palette. I was so excited to see this. And you can also see that this palette opens a little bit different than some of their other palettes. This one, as I'm filming this, I don't know the exact launch date or the exact cost that this is going to be because I am pre-filming. I will send this a little bit early, but I will put all the information down in the description box. You can always use my code Angelica over at Cosmic Beauty, used to be Cosmic Brushes website, and you can get 10% off your order. My code is per usual Angelica. I will leave that down below as well. But you know I love Cosmic Beauty, and I think that this color story is such a nice fresh take on like spring pastels or a Valentine's palette because it has some of those sweet like Valentine's-y pinks, but there's also some more greens and blues and teals and some neutrals down in the corner. There are some dark shades, there are some light shades, which is something that I love in a palette. When you have light mattes, dark mattes, light shimmers, dark shimmers. This one is a little bit more shimmer heavy, not shimmer heavy, but it's just a little bit more split than some of their other palettes. Cosmic Beauty has a way of doing palettes. They are usually a little bit more matte heavy, but this one do have a little bit more shimmers in there. I am gonna do one look today where I'm gonna do something that's a little bit softer and pinker. I'm gonna play with the 3 mattes here, and I really want to use this shade down here. It's like a peachy pinky gold duochrome thing. It has a lot of shimmer in it, and I want to do something pink but not too colorful. I don't even know if I'm gonna succeed, but we're gonna give it the best college try. And then I want to do something with the other shades here, and I want to do something green and blue, and I want to do something smoky. I'm thinking maybe this shade down here. So I will be doing 2 different looks. I'm very excited to be showing you this palette, one of my absolute favorite brands. Let's jump in to look number 1. So I'm gonna be playing with all 3 of the pink mattes, these 3, and I'm gonna start with the mid one. It is called Attraction. So I am gonna start with that one, and I'm gonna put that, I think, all in my crease, and I'm not like packing on the brush because, like I said, I'm not trying to make this the most dramatic look in the history of dramatic looks, which is also why I'm not starting with the darkest color, because I'm trying to make this a little softer, which isn't, I mean, hand on my heart, isn't what I usually do, but I have a feeling that this palette will be beautiful to create both softer looks that have a little bit of color to them, just as much as creating some really nice dramatic looks, because there are some more softer colors in here, like this, quite honestly, really pretty pink. I'm gonna use that exact same color under my eyes too. Just putting in a little bit, not gonna take it down too far. And now with a smaller brush, I'm doing the shade that's called Harmony, and ooh, that is really dark and nice. I'm just gonna push that a little bit of a sliver, like almost like a piece of cake in the outer corner. But I'm not gonna take it further in here because, like I said, I don't want this look to be super dark. I want to be a little softer. So I'm putting some of that out here, and I'm gonna blend it out with even more of that mid-tone pink. So I'm blending a little bit over with the pink one, just to like soften the edge, and then we're gonna reapply some of that dark shadow. But I just want to make sure that we're not like putting on too much and we end up taking it up like too far. So now we are reapplying some of that dark shadow just to make sure that it's just in the outer corner, almost like a smoked outliner. And I also did put some on my lower lash line, as you can see. I do think that this is looking really nice. It's like sexy, but not like totally over the top, right? I'm in a good area. So let's do the shimmer first. It's called Companion. You can see it's almost like a peach, and there is some gold in here. So I really want to do that one. I think I'm just gonna do that basically on the entire lid. So this is what it looks like on the brush. I am gonna spray it because I want to be like totally like foiled and opaque, and I don't want to have a lot of fallout. And then we are gonna do the pastel pink in the inner corner because I love shades, or like, I love that shape. You can tell this is like a pinky golden peach. Again, the goal with this look is to make something that is not as dark and dramatic and a little bit more, I don't want to say neutral, but almost like, ooh, did I get it out here? Almost like a neutral pink. And I feel like we are in that neighborhood. That's cute. Okay, now that I have this on, I'm gonna go in with a small E07 and I'm just gonna define the absolute closest to the lash line with the same dark shadow again. Just again re-intensifying the lash line and a little bit of the smoky wing so we don't lose that. But I think this pretty much did it. Okay, oh my gosh, that looks so pretty. Okay, let me clean off an E01 and let's do that pastel pink. It is called Unconditional, which, you know, I love shades like this. Such a me look. Oh, that is so cute. Okay, I'm gonna blend that actually a little bit into the crease here and up to really intensify that contrast a little bit. I think that looks absolutely gorgeous. You can see I'm just dragging it into the crease and blending it into the other pink that we had. That looks so good. I mean, how cute is this? I feel like I have a speck here. Is it? There we go. I'm very happy with this look. I think it looks spectacular. Oh, I didn't do anything for the waterlines. Let me just do this beigey one from Tarte. I think this will be perfect for this look. I really like this. I think it is sexy and sultry, but it's not too overly dramatic. It is not too much darkness. Like, something can be nice and contrasty and fun even without having a bunch of like dark shadows here. And I love the soft pink together with this like goldy peach on the lid. I'm very excited. I feel like this look turned out pretty much the way that I wanted it to be. Sexy and sultry and like a little cat shape without being too overwhelmingly dark. But now we're getting into look number 2, and I can tell you right now, we are going smoky, smoky, smoky. Okay, it's time for look 2. I'm actually wearing Cool Brown by ABH on my lips. I love these little moosies. So let's do a second look, and I really want to use this one, I think, and I kind of want to do green going to a blue and maybe blue on my lower lash line. So I think we're gonna start with the dark green and then use this green to blend it out, this one in the inner part of the crease and this one on the lower lash line, and then a smoky eye with this one. This is the plan. But I'm starting with the dark green that is called Trust. Love it. I am very excited about this look. You know, I love a softer look. I love a sexy look. Listen, I'm all about that. But at the end of the day, give me all the drama, give me all the color all the time. So green and blue, say less. So I'm gonna start with the green out here. And I put a blue top on because I'm like, we're definitely doing something green and blue. I mean, it would be super easy to do just, there are definitely enough light and dark shades to do like monochromatic looks. You could do an all green, an all blue, an all pink. You could do like a neutral look for sure. I feel like there's almost like different quads or corners with these different shades, but I definitely, since I did like more of a pinky purple look, I want to try one where we're doing more than one color. So this is a really nice green, by the way. My best friend is still here visiting. And normally when I'm working, I don't do like long lunch breaks. I do like a short lunch break, you know, just to get your mind off working for a little bit. But I usually don't do like long lunch breaks. But when she's been here, I've been wanting to hang out more with her. And today we actually watched the Disney's like the cartoon Lion King for like while we were eating lunch. And it turned into quite the long lunch break. But it's okay. It's okay. These things happen sometimes. And we also need to like, you know, stop and smell the roses and enjoy the small things. So I'm gonna leave like this, I think, and I'm gonna go in with the small. This is an EO1. I want to have an EO4, and I'm gonna do the green that's called Mutual. This one has a little bit of sparkle in it, but that doesn't bother me since I am gonna put a metallic on the lid. But I'm gonna put it first of all on the side to be a little bit of a bridge between this shade and the lighter blue, and then I'm gonna blend on the edge to make this like a softer green crease. And I'm trying to blend a little bit outwards and a little bit in the crease. And then I'm gonna go back with that other brush and the darker green again. And we are gonna reapply that and blend these out so we don't lose the intensity. But that is looking really nice and almost like a cool toned retro green. So this is the blue that's called Values. And I think I'm gonna put that here. And there is a more green, you can see it's more like a mint pastel, and I'm gonna see if I need to put that in between, but we're starting with Values first, and I am gonna put that in the inner part of my crease, and I am gonna put that in the inner part of my lower lash line too, and my inner corner. That is so cool. And then let's see if we need to do, you can see I'm not blending, I'm just pressing. And then I just gently blend on the edges, because for me, I have noticed that if you want a pastel to turn up opaque, I just press it down. I press it down, and that's where you get these super bright, intense pastels that are truly like this contrast. I sometimes get comments of people like, oh, you don't need a pastel, you can just apply a darker shadow more sheerly. And I'm like, no, that is not at all the same result. Like, I don't even think that we are using pastels in the same way. If you think that would give the same result, it's not that I want that color lighter. I want the contrast of the white pigment in here to be just opaque and bright. So that is not how I do my makeup, which is totally fine. If you like doing that, I think that's perfect, but it's definitely not gonna give the effect of a pastel, the way that a true pastel is white based. So I'm gonna do Partnership, which is that like dark teal, and I am gonna bring that on the lower lash line. So we still have the darkness that matches the darkness in the green, but it's just like blue on the lower lash line. And then with the shade Values, which is that light blue pastel, we are just going to be blending underneath. Look at how cool that is. Oh, I'm so excited. And like I said, I think we're going to be using, it's called Devoted. That is definitely some kind of a hair. It's like a mint. You can see it's not the same shade. It's like a mint pastel. And I'm thinking in between. We'll put this so that the blue and the green can meet in the best way. I think that is looking pretty okay. I might reapply a little bit more of the dark shadows. I just need, let me see, I'm trying to find something. I just need to get the other like shimmer on. And now I'm going, you can hear me, I'm looking for a pen. Hello? I think I'm gonna do a dark blue. This is by We Makeup. Just to make it smoky and to re-intensify like the blue under here. Okay, so the shimmer I want to use is the one they call Loyal. It's like almost like a darkened, like gunmetal shade, and I'm very excited about putting that on. And it's a little bit, not flaky, but it definitely would benefit from being a little foiled by a setting spray. So I'm spritzing that on. Ooh, that's gonna be nice. I'm just covering the entire lid in this color. I will say this one is a little bit more like crumbly than what I'm used to this brand having in shimmers, and how I felt the other one was as well. But once on, it's looking really nice. And I'm just applying a little bit of the dark green to make sure that this is all somewhat blended and connected. But that is looking really intense and fun, and a little bit different, because I will say I actually don't do a lot of those looks. There are one type of shadow, like one color on the downside and one color on the upside. I usually don't do that, but I will say together with this like tarnished silver, it's looking really nice. I think I like it because it's like tying all the way up, that's like flowing together. Because sometimes I feel like it's two different eye looks that don't necessarily go together if it's too much of a difference between the lower lash line and the upper lash line. So this is definitely a lot more dramatic than the first look was, but I still think that it is very like reminiscent of what's going on the cover with the dark clouds and then the more pastel mint corner that's going on over here. I'm really enjoying this. I think it turned out really good. Let me know what you think about the looks, and also like let me know if you appreciate me doing, because I've been really into as of late doing one look that's a little bit more out there, dramatic, darker, more colorful, and then doing one look that's a little bit more lighter or not as dramatic, or maybe even a neutral look. I would love to hear your thoughts about that, because I want to show versatility if a palette gives that. Like if a palette offers versatility, I want to show you like some of the things that I'm seeing when I'm seeing a palette. But overall, I think this is a beautiful color story. It's leaning a little bit more pastel and neutral, not necessarily super cool tone. It's more like neutral colors, a lot of more powdery pastels, and really pretty like neutrals down here. Like not super warm, not super cool. There are some pinks for Valentine's Day, of course, but there's also some more almost like powdery retro feeling colors, which I think is really refreshing. Per usual, I really enjoy Cosmic Beauty's like the brand, the quality, the color stories, the packaging, overall the somewhat affordability of them, because it is a little bit more of an affordable brand. Usually their palettes are around $35, and you can use my discount code Angelica and you can get 10% off that. I don't know exactly what this palette is going to be, but I would be surprised if it's not around the same cost as all of their other palettes. I did feel like the gray down here required a little bit more pressure putting it on, but nothing to the point where I would say it's a dud or not like a great shadow. I still think it looks absolutely beautiful on, and Cosmic Brushes also is one of those brands that still do some traditional metallics and shimmers like super good, not like 2014 shimmers. You remember those, I remember those, but like good shimmers in here, which I think is great if you're like me and you just don't want to have 14 different shifts on your eyelids every day, and you don't want to have something that is super emollient or flaky that's gonna crease or flake off your eyes. This quality is not only good going on, it's also good on your eyes throughout the entire day, which is something that I tried to keep in mind when I was creating my own brand as well. I'm like, what do I want in a palette? And that's one of the reasons why I really love Cosmic Brushes. It's because not only are they great to work with, they wear amazingly. Okay, I'm gonna get off my soapbox. You know I love this brand. It's not a surprise whatsoever. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video. Please let me know your thoughts down below, and I will see you very soon again in a new video. Bye.